right, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Movers podcast. Today we have a special guest, Storyboard P. But before we get into it, let's add him to the live. Let's see. Hey, how's it going? And feel free for people tuning in. If you have any questions you want to ask, you can just write it in the comments for Story. Because I have questions I'd like to ask, I've written down, but also questions other people have asked me to ask. So feel free. This is going to be a interview, but also open discussion as well. We might go different places depending where the conversation flows. Here we go. Let's try that. Let's see.
Yeah, all right. Mm, well.
Hey, Story.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me? Let's see.
Hey, what's up?
Let's. Can you hear me, Story?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you
Oh,
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, man?
My screen for the camera, I have to fix it, but that's the most part.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. I'm glad I can hear you. I'm glad the audio works. So
Yes, sir. What's up with you?
awesome, man. No, I just first of all, I want to just thank you again for taking time to do this. I appreciate. I know you said you were on the move, and so I appreciate you taking time for this.
Yeah, I'm in Cali right now.
Okay. Yeah, because you travel back and forth New York, I believe, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, everyone that's tuning in, just for everyone that knows, I do a podcast, Creative Movers podcast. So I interview different dancers from all over the world. And today our guest is Storyboard P. Uh, I just want to say for people that don't know Storyboard, he's one of the greatest street dancers ever. Like it's just what it is. Like not only has he put in the work through the years with Battle Fest, battling, competing, but also there's performances with Flying Lotus, Flume, Apple commercials, like TED Talks, collaborations with Erica Badu, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, like the list goes on and on. So if you don't know who Story is, like please look him up and just look at his art and you'll see him, you'll learn so much. So without further introduce, I like to ask you, Story, how did you come up with your name, Storyboard P?
Film school. Film school. I was maybe like 15 in film school, and I was trying to reinvent myself with filmmaking and the techniques in filmmaking and naming myself after them.
Wow. Okay. okay, were you dancing before film school, or were you at this dancing?
I was dancing before film school. Yes.
Wow, got you. And then you named, wow, okay. That makes, I feel like just that makes sense of why animation, your movement,
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
because it's like, okay, so film school. And do you prefer to
But
go by story or P or another name?
no, no, no. The P is for professor. That's my first name, and storyboard. It evolved into storyboard P once I started making films.
Got you, got you. So Professor was before Storyboard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got you. What's the, or like, what's the story behind Professor?
Uh, hmm. Well, professor, I used to wear lab coats. Um, I used to have like different type of hat tricks and like props. I used to use props and
Mm,
um I had like a ensemble of I had like an ensemble of like moves and materials and styles and stuff.
wow.
And maybe the most of it stuck when I was with a group, Bad Company, and um they started calling me professor because I had big bifocals, and yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's
That's
so
the,
I
that's the start. That's the started off. That's just the started off.
that's what started. Okay. Wow. And if I'm like, how old were you? Like, how long ago have you been doing this?
I'm 34. I'm 34 now. It's been since 11, maybe 12, 11,
Wow.
12.
Okay. Wow. 11, 12. So that's like 22 years about in
Yeah,
this.
it's
Wow.
been a good 2 years.
Do you feel do you feel 34, or is it like you feel younger, older?
Nah, I feel old.
You
I,
feel
I feel like I've been around. I mean, of course, I'm just 34, but I feel like I've been around for some time.
I hear you. I
A
hear
lot
you.
of different
Okay.
genres.
A little bit of your movement I'd like to ask is, how would you describe your style of movement?
Mm. Well, everyone knows I describe it as mutation, as mutant. Um, yeah, mutant. It's been described as mutant since I was 18. I've had that identity. Um, but yeah, I mean my style is a little bit of everything with claymation and stop motion.
Hmm.
Um, my biggest inspiration is Ray Harryhausen,
Okay.
the animation king,
Right.
and I just try to stay versed with animation. Um,
Hmm.
I noticed your name was Animated J.
Yeah, that's a name that I had, I guess, when I entered into the whole dance community. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Animation is my strength, but a lot of people know me for gliding, and
Hmm.
um, I just I try to maintain what people know me for, and then explore as well. So it's not too much experimental, and it's
Hmm.
somewhat familiar, somewhat like there's some signature stuff that you've seen me do over the years and stuff like that. So I've tried to maintain a little bit of both.
Hmm. When you say signature, I there's one particular I've seen you do where it's like the wind is blowing you, your shirt or your jacket. Like,
Yeah.
what was, like, how did you come about that?
Well, I came up with the wind effect. I was watching My Soul, and I was probably like 13, and I remember dancing to When Doves Cry and responding to like the end of the song, and then I just started like playing with the wind. So a lot of people think I got the wind effect from Michael, but from Michael Jackson, but I actually developed it to a Prince record, and
Wow.
then I
Okay.
started exploring with like wind effects, um, and yeah, wind and slipping, falling, a
Mm,
lot of different mime techniques
yeah.
that kind of show different things. I try to work for that so that I can act in my style as well. I could put a little acting and stuff like that.
Wow. It just shows like the depth that you go in your storytelling. Like there's so much depth.
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure.
Wow. When you also mentioned mutation, and I understand animation, like mutation isn't a term I've heard in the popping world. Is that a term that you coined and you pushed?
Yeah, and one of my mentors, Shakalak. He's from the locking world. Poppers know who he is. Mutation. What we do in Brooklyn. There wasn't a lot of terms to use to describe it. So one of the OGs is like, "Yo, it look like you're mutating when you're dancing. It
Mm,
looks like you're, growing into something." So then around like 17, 18, I started coining it and started using it to describe my way of flexing. And
mm,
it evolved. It evolved into a full genre, into expression where any genre can have a mutation. Rock and roll, flexing, crump,
mm,
light. Yeah, mutation can exist in various different forms. Um, so yeah, it became more of my identity for when I take something and turn it into animation, whatever the form. Because even though you're animating, it's like you're using different forms to create the movement. Thank
mm,
you. Like the movement and stuff like that. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like surgery, bro. It's like surgery. You gotta like sit with it.
Wow.
Hmm.
You correct me
Who's
if I'm
that?
wrong, but it's like
Who's that?
mutation.
Get to the point. Who's that? You know that person?
No, I don't know who that person is, no. But it sounds like mutation could be put on any style. Like you're able to put it on. It's a mindset. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's more of a process. It could be put on. It could be put on anything.
Wow. Okay. And you also mentioned about your glides, and I know when I first saw footage of you, I think honestly it was probably around when you were battling Havoc at King of the Streets, I think, or
Yeah,
there was
me
some
and
videos,
we
but the
battled. It wasn't the King of the Streets. It
mm,
was one of the number battle fest. It wasn't King of the Streets.
okay. I remember seeing how incredible you glide. Like nobody would glide like you. Nobody could just the level of control you have over the
Thank
floor.
you.
Like how did you train for that, or was there something that pushed that? Why you're like literally the only human that glides the way you do.
Yeah,
Like
I mean this. Oh, I appreciate that. There are a good amount of gliders out there. I just try to stick to the craft.
mm,
I really just try to stick to the craft and keep my signatures up to par, like the material that people may know you for, signature moves, and then just exploring enough where people could feel like they're getting something new, like newer variations.
mm,
Um, but yeah, when I battled Havoc, uh, I think that was the battle I took my
yeah.
shoes off for. Um, Yeah, Havoc is a good dancer, like whenever you battling with a dancer that's good, it's good that you respect their craft or respect them or have some respect for them. And he was good. He was good. I think I got him because he was too focused on lyricism. He was
Mm,
too Yeah, he was too focused on hitting his pauses with the music a certain way, and it was kind of like limiting his delivery, in my
mm,
opinion.
okay. When when you battle, is there a certain mindset or how do you look at a battle? Like, what does a battle mean to you?
Man, battles used to be with people, but it's no longer with people. It stopped being about people and started being like with yourself.
Mm,
Where you're having like this confrontation with yourself, and you're trying to conquer certain things. Um, yeah, it's like trying to figure out different angles to approaching yourself,
mm,
and
mm,
yeah, because the older we get, the more you start feeling like, damn, am I using my time in a worthwhile way?
mm,
And then
mm,
it starts to show in the concepts you go after, or the things you choose to create. Like
mm,
it starts to show more of that side of you, like that vulnerability.
Would you say like the way you see battles has changed over the years? Like when you were younger,
Um,
like maybe like when you were in your 18, 19.
yeah, I think I don't really care about losing these days.
Mm, mm-hmm,
It used to be about losing, or someone you think is better than you, or that person could do what you can't do.
mm-hmm,
But now it's just like I don't hold on to it like that. Here you
mm-hmm,
go.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't hold on to it the same way like when I was younger.
I hear
It
you.
it really mattered when you was younger. My generation, it really mattered.
Mm,
Every single thing under your belt, and then you get older, you just want to live and enjoy your time. Like
mm, mm,
people competitive, yeah, for sure. People competitive, but
mm-hmm,
um, it's like it's other people that's moving on in those ways to get their name right, to get their name up. It's not the
mm-hmm,
same like when we was younger trying to get our names up,
mm,
and you had a point to prove. It's like we done proven a whole lot of points already.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. When when it comes to, I know we were just talking also about like animation, mutation, and gliding. Is there anyone that inspires your gliding or your like unrealness? Are there anyone that you would say was an inspiration?
For sure. Like my big bros that did it before me in my town was definitely inspirations when I was younger.
Mm,
And then once I got to a certain age and I started to develop my own and have my own, then I grew into being more of a leader. Um, I was a great follower. I
mm,
was a great listener in that way of like picking up off of looking or just like sight. Like I could pick up a style.
mm,
So I was younger, it was more about how many different styles that was out already that I could do. And then when I got to my own, you know, it's just how you put it together. But it's all inspired by something that existed before me that I'm looking at,
Mm-hmm.
you know, answers that I looked at. I don't know if I want to give them any acknowledgement, um, because it's me time, but yeah, definitely ideas. Like I told you, like Ray Harry Holston, animation, stop motion master
Mm-hmm.
is one of the things I always tuned into because when I was dancing amongst my peers, I was like, damn, we all kind of look a certain way. We got this grungy look. It looked like these old movies. So then I
Mm-hmm.
started to like look into it, and then started to pick up and be like, oh, okay, all right. So I need to focus more on that and more in more ways, and being able to animate in more ways. Being able to
Mm-hmm.
animate pedestrian form, being able to animate walking, sitting down, being able to animate whatever it is that you want to animate, and getting better with it. So then that's like the storyboard P era, where it was more like, oh, let me make all these scenes slow motion and then speed some of it up, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like that.
Wow. So it sounds like, again, you mentioned before how the Ray Harris, the stop motion films was a big inspiration to you.
Yeah, because I was seeing people in my neighborhood, my bros. I got so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got so many of them that dance that was good. Um, that I seen it firsthand what what it could look like, and when you see it firsthand, you start to go, oh, damn, I gotta do it like this, or I gotta do it like that, or a certain way. And then the more connected to that you became, the more you researched and you studied. And so like the more I studied, you you ready to know, bro. The more I studied, it made me respect animation beyond movies before. It made me respect the animation masters that did it with the puppets and
Mm-hmm.
like live action, and how you mix live action with the puppetry. And it gave me such a vision on when I was looking at dancers, like the effects that they was using with their body. It made me understand it. It made me go, oh, if I want someone to understand this, I'm gonna have to break this down into little small mutations, or I'm gonna have to break it down into this. And
Wow.
yeah, so it gave me um understanding who I was gonna be
Mm.
amongst these dancers, amongst my peers.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, and then it became just a realm, a whole universe of conversation you can have when you're animating, because something can be animation, and inanimate is like the floor. Like the floor, if a face grew out the floor, it personifies the floor to have a face. Um, it's animation. It can become animation, but the floor is inanimate. Um,
Right. Okay.
you see, you know what I mean? The words, like
Yes.
the language.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like turning that on and kind of like living in like this in between space. Like, what I mean in between space is like the poetry that's developed when you understand the framework of the film, and then an experience, and you're trying to project it into now something that happened, and then you're showing the person it through your body. So it's like playing an instrument. You catch some of it, and then some of it you you kind of drift into. So then it's like weaving in between that that kind of like that drift, like your thoughts are drifting, and then something actually taking shape.
Mm,
So then
mm.
the animation should be soft to hard, hard to soft,
Wow.
hard to soft, and then that you know dribbling, kind of playing with that fluctuation makes the animation come to life even more when it has a bounce and it
Mm,
like there's spatial awareness,
mm,
there's
mm.
a textual awareness, all of that type of stuff.
Wow. The immerse the way you describe the process of your mind of how you're animating, and also the entire world around you turns into a film. It sounds like.
Yeah, no, I mean not just a film. It it just gets broken down. It'd be like, if I'm watching that car, that's like 90 something frames
Mm,
from from it passing, it being in front of me to it being on the right of me. It's
okay.
probably like, oh, this amount of frames, the tire is spinning, boom, the car's moving up in dimensions, and it's like maybe you simulate it with your hand, maybe simulate it a little bit with your hand, then you go people walk in different directions. How do I get all those directions uh spoken about? Oh, maybe I could just point one, two, three. Oh, maybe I could uh move like and maybe I could inch my way because I use my hand to measure a lot of things too sometimes. Like you can use your hands to measure out the animation to know how much power you gotta put in your body and how long do you have to let it elongate, how long do you have to let it sit, uh the frame rate that you want to put with emotion, you know,
Mhm.
because sometimes when you lock up, you gotta lock up more than once,
Mm,
and then
mm.
you lock up more than once, it's like you hook in, and then when you hook in, it sort of feels like a lever, like, and then you start to place it where you want to place it, like the animation. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. That's that's interesting. How you're
yeah.
saying you're
I really
measuring
like that
more.
getting to the point, like what, like y'all took it to a master.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mastery, but it's like look at it like this, right? See, like when a person's animating and they get to the point of going, man, I felt bad one day and I wanna how do I convey that? Or I felt happy. Boom. Like the biggest thing be conveying those changes, but really making a person feel it, like like telepathically, like really making them feel the you on an empathy level without giving too much into what you're what you're portraying, where you can't switch it, where you
Mm.
stuck. You know what I mean? Dice was good, bro. Where you stuck in one emotion, it's like really touching it, and it's really like it's a battlefield. It's a battlefield.
Wow. Like a
I
but
saw it. Yeah, yeah, it's a battlefield. It's a color show. It's a
mm,
color show. It's a lot of colors that is being played around with, and and a lot of like shading. When I say
mm,
shading, it's like a lot of concepts and things that we explore as artists is dark, and then some of it is lighter. So yeah,
right. No, it just shows again the mastery again of your level of how you see and direct the process that's how you move, how you view all of it. It's such a certain mastery, like you said. Wow. I wanna ask you, when it comes to music, is there certain music you like to dance to or that motivates you?
I'm dancing to my album that I made.
Okay. Where
Yeah,
where
I'm
can we
dancing.
find that album?
Oh, it's unreleased. It's
Okay.
unreleased, but you could get little snippets on my page here and there of thank you, of records and different things.
Okay. No, that's good to know for anyone here. You can check out Storyboard's page to hear his music. That's awesome. Okay. I
Yeah, yeah.
want
You could go on YouTube. You could look up Storyboard P Postures. I produced that Postures. Yeah.
okay. Nice. I'm gonna check that out also after our interview. Also, I wanted to ask, when it comes to, I know we talked about battles, about Battle Fest, but is there a specific event or battle that you felt, I don't know, do you have a favorite?
Mm, one of my favorites was, I would say, me and Salah, because I came came to the event and I was
Salah. I think you said Salah?
he had a bounce, dropped out, you know, flex style and whatever. I felt like I was calling out someone that was trying to like talk down, or like kind of like talk down to you know people from where I come from. So it was a French team. It was one team, and then there was another team, and I was supposed to be the coach of one team and the next. So I came around the end of the joint. I
Mm-hmm.
just I just called them out, whatever, and everybody was scared to do that. So I'm happy that I did that in my lifetime, no matter the turnout. It was kind of like turned into something. He jammed my fingers,
Mm.
so it kind of turned into something. It was a little touchy. Probably.
Mm.
So yeah, if anything though, the point of me mentioning that sometimes people favorites be when they have battles with people and they do good. Like mine is more the adversity of moments and understanding my adversity and where it comes from, and understanding that comes from those moments that people question you and they be like, well, you know, I didn't feel like you performed at your best here, or some people could see where you're performing from or where you're not performing from.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so I look at everything, I observe everything.
Mm.
But yeah, definitely, I would say when I battled K Mel, um, when Beat Boy came out, I had a battle with him. I was actually staying with him. I was living with him in California,
Mm.
And one day I just was at the A1A, and then I was out there with Prissy and Lil C and T Fly. He just fucking came out. He just came out. I didn't know he was gonna come out like that.
Mm. Wow.
So then it turned into a battle.
When you battled K Mel, did you have a certain like mindset like battling him? Like approaching the battle? Was there a certain like mentality?
Oh man, I was just thinking I'm in the middle of California, man. I'm a second away from really making it. I have to make an example out of whoever I'm in front of.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Like that real Alfred Hitchhike. I say Alfred Hitchhike. Like he was really on some survival of the fittest shit, trying to get ahead and make it with dancing.
Mm. Mm.
You had to really, you had to take risks. You had to take trips. You had to get
Mm.
into shit.
Mm.
You had to get into shit. Get into drip.
Mm.
Do different things. Hop on some planes. You know what I mean? Like if I'm giving you like a freestyle, like niggas know I'm all freestyle. Niggas know I be battling niggas with brand new material. Like
Mm.
material like on the spot, like animation. I could do it on the spot, I could do choreo. I got material that run through me like choreo, where I can make it I can do it over and over and over and over again.
Wow. Okay. Wow. The
But
freedom. It
I
feels
call it
so free.
mutinography. I call it mutinography.
Mutinography. Okay. Wow. Mutation choreography.
Yeah, but it's not mutation. You know why those words you don't put them together because the concept of mutation is an ongoing freestyle.
Mm.
Is an ongoing freestyle. So it's like peeling back the ceiling to any concept. Anything that have a ceiling, you peeling back the ceiling.
Wow. When you dance, when you battling or performing, do you ever have doubts that people will understand?
I could care less.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, like I could care less because for me, it's a calling. It's a calling for me, and you know, I could care less if a person understand.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
because I, I don't come from that. I don't create from that place. Like I don't create from that. That's why I would say like it's easy for a person like me to just battle someone like Salah. Like when I come from where I'm from, everybody was scared to battle Salah.
Mm.
I don't know why, but they like any any adversary like it's never gonna be a oh nah I won't give you rounds like I give anybody rounds like
Mm.
like I think that's important when you're looking at you look at a person and you like they're good so it's like all right let me just test the waters
Mm. Mm-hmm.
yeah
Mm-hmm.
like like yo really it's like once once people break out of those bounds and remember New York City and what we did for dance, what New
Mm.
York did for dance as a whole, all of the errors, what New York did,
Mm.
what New York did for for everything, like
Right, right.
down to dressing, down to free, freestyle, down
Mm,
to concepts, down to music, down to then it's like there's a big piece of storyboard P you can see in all of the freestyles. You can see it's like a common thread that goes straight through all of them that you start to just acknowledge it's like explicit body language.
mm, mm,
You could talk respectful or you could be a little challenging,
mm-hmm.
you know. But with with free form, with free forming, I say free forming like George Foreman, free forming. Free forming is like when you go to a party back in the days and niggas is just hitting it and they just move into the song and they just dropping mad material through a record and then the song changes and then they're still going. That's free
Mm,
form. That's how free forming used to look for someone like me, age 12, 13, watching, let's say someone like Ghost, watching Poba, watching Ice Cream, watching Brian, watching like some of these dancers that I know that happen to become my bros at some point and absorbing the game and being like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it my own way.
mm.
Oh, oh, yo, I said, me and Animated J moving like clay, blessed from above, moving like a dove, flying over buildings, flying over trains, flying over planes. Yeah, we in the building, moving like a sphinx, moving like a mink. All of my shoulder boulders folded, sliding around, sliding on the ground, looking like an ice rink, looking like something now. Yeah, look how I'm pronounced. Story got an album coming soon. No dive in. Give me room. Give me in. Play. Animated J, storyboard page, storyboard page.
Ah! Yo, I love
Yo,
it.
now I'm fucking around. You see these lights? You see these
Yeah.
you see the ground. You see we coming from the town. I'm from Crown Heights, Best Star. I got that what that nigga named Tyson. The nigga named Tyson. I forgot this nigga name. I, oh yeah. That's the speaker. Yeah, I
I
said yeah. I said I'm wordsmithing like Webster with a gun. Listen, corner change. I'm getting like the payphone and the bomb sitting. Yes, I'ma make it like the crooks hearing cop sirens. Cause see, I'm Cajun like Jamaican patties out the hours. And I'm slim like the gym and the packaging. Only way to package in bubbles cancerous be in. And I do this here like bone in the rabbit's rear. Too smooth like Deuce and no bumpy grooves with something to prove like a lawyer in his evidence. Real clear and
story.
evident, telling the God sent like a Rolex ship, and then my time will come. Name storyboard like a novel with enjoyment none.
Story. Your poetry in motion, man. Like you are art in motion. Like
50 Tyson, that's my nigga. He was, the way that nigga used to rap, that shit used to be funny as shit, though. We used to be watching that shit. Yo, I'm in, I'm in LA. I'm in
mm,
LA. I'm outside. I'm
mhm.
outside.
uh, story. I want to ask about when we talked about like inspirations, like when you were starting out, did ringmasters have an influence on you as your style and your journey?
Yeah, I'm main event junior. We
Oh,
main event junior. But
okay.
what happened was, it, you know, they became, cocky at certain points. And
Mm,
my bros, they became challengers at certain points. And we had to, make marks and make numbers. And if a dance ain't reach 1 billion views, and Storyboard P made 10+ billion views, and we competing, then all of that go into account.
mm,
That's why,
okay.
it's still those conversations, because someone try to say you came up under them.
Mm,
Okay, I came up under you. Okay, oh, you could be better than me, so make enough of me then. Fuck it.
mm,
Since y'all got a recipe, like, because it's always that talk. That's why if you see when I speak, I say my big bros,
mm,
because that's really is an age gap. There's an age difference,
mm,
about like 7, 8 years, maybe.
mm. Okay.
See, what I'm trying to say. So
Right.
yeah, just saying, like, I'm not the type of person to count pockets and be like, oh, I did better than this. These my bros. I root for everybody. I pray for everybody. Oh, all of you know. But I'm original Bad Company first. I
Mm,
was I was Bad Company before main
mm,
event.
mm,
We
mm,
we all we thought about was going to war with main event.
mm,
That's how the dance game was. Is you all you thought about was going to who you gonna go to war with to get your name good. So everybody was like, yo, it's either you gonna have to glide and go at Ice Cream, or you have to go at Brian. That was
mm,
that was the shooter, the hit you can't miss that niggas had when in my generation coming up. You had to go at somebody that was nice.
mm,
It wasn't how they make it now, where you could just kind of slide past. Nah, you had to really go at somebody that was nice, and you had to really be humble enough to know that you don't got all the moves.
mm.
See what I'm trying to say? Because I had to grow into having material. I had to be hit with somebody who hit me with material, and I'm like, okay, I'm out of breath. I don't got material, but fuck it, I'ma hit it from this place. I'ma hit it from that place. That's what made me a legend. I'ma hit it from this place. I'ma hit it from that place. Oh, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I know this, boom. You hit me from this place. I don't got that type of, but I got this type of material.
Right. 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 Why?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was dudes. Dudes was nice. Dudes, dudes that I grew up around was nice. But when you went out into the city, there was different type of nice people.
Who would you consider nice? Like who's someone that I don't know, someone that's maybe one of your favorite dancers or someone that you are like I don't know, you give respect that you feel that they're at a
Like
high
Mr.
level.
Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles.
Mr. Wiggles.
Mr. Wiggles. Yup.
Okay.
When I remember when Shaka Lock took me around Mr. Wiggles, I was ready to battle her.
Uh-huh. What happened?
That's
What
this just my mentality
okay.
when I was 13. When I was what look when I was 14, if I got in front of Mr. Wiggles, I'm gonna try to back him down. If I'm in front of Buddha Stretch, I'm gonna try to back him down. Like
Mm.
it just came with the territory because I'm gonna hit him with the Wiggles walk, but put a glide on it. See, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna really do it and do it in front of him and look him in his eyes when I get it
Right.
off. And if I could get that off, 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna survive when I make it going up and down my block. Then
Wow.
10 times out of 10, I'm going to survive because I'm going to survive because I know my environment. I know my momentum. I know the wave that's on the ground when it's rippling, it's hot outside. Like somebody going to die. Like I know I'm going to survive through that. That's
Mm.
why I seize the moment. That's why I'm talking to Animated J. Oh, thank you. When you dance, people send me the video, be like, oh, he's mutating a little bit, right? I'm like, yeah, he doing his thing.
Mm.
I don't try to put no gatekeeping type stuff on it. I don't do none of that, but I'm just telling you that's what happens. Like people when they examine it, when people mutations is the army of flexing. We the ones that we keep the temperature a certain way when you gotta remain free, you gotta remain different. You gotta be ahead of the curve.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you gotta be ahead of the curve, you gotta be unpredictable. Like
Mm.
you gotta have some type of mystery to you. You can't just be all up in everybody's face and all that. No, I don't hang around nobody but who I'm supposed to be around. I don't force it. I really network. I really network. Oh, I feel so much better now. I had some phlegm building up.
Oh, damn.
I had to,
Okay.
yeah, like, yo, think of it like this. See the temperature that we in, it's like anything can happen.
Mm.
You could make the right play and become a millionaire.
Mm.
Like just from the way you acknowledging your degrees of separation. I acknowledge my generation and me dancing and people I've affected and people who affected me and all of that. We know everybody. We so connected. Like we really connected. Like if you interview me, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna tell you, look, I'm Panamanian, I'm Colombian. I'm Panamanian, Colombian, Japanese, Jamaican. Those
Mm.
those are my four. I
Oh,
got
wow.
Jamaican
Okay.
in my family. I got Japanese in my family. I got Colombians in my family. I got Panamanians in my family.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm moving with those philosophies. I'm moving like Bucci.
Mm.
I'm moving fast, slow. Like it's like
Yo.
I'm moving fast, slow.
Wow. Okay.
That's a fact. It's hella smoke in here. You see, nah, I gotta get my camera fixed, though. I gotta get my camera fixed.
Uh, uh, Xavier asked, are there any dancers or artists you would like to create with now?
Oh man, definitely music. I would like to make a song with Stevie Wonder.
Mm.
I love to make a rap song, probably like Lil Baby, Young
Mm.
Thug,
Mm.
some catchy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a everything fast and slow like the jungle. Cause it's real out here. Like, yo, it's a lot of spiritual warfare out here. It's a lot of spiritual warfare out here. That's why I get on I get the chance to talk. I'ma talk. Like, yo, with the dancing, we are more powerful than what we display. And then
Mm,
I be more disappointed with dance because the way people limit dance and just make it like a objective like thing, like oh I'm dancing, or I'll put on the song, oh I'm dope.
mm.
Like,
No, what would you tell like younger dancers that are trying to find their style or just trying to they're just beginning? What would advice would you give them?
go at the greats neck. Go at go at the people that are great, go at their necks.
Mm, mm,
Shoot to kill. I
mm,
I would tell them to go at everybody that say that they're good.
mm.
Challenge them.
Right, right. The
Yeah,
level, the leveling
be
up.
hungry, be hungry. Like have a vision for yourself, and when they say you can't do it, you hit them with you pull it out the hat.
Hmm. Hmm. Xavier just asked also a great question of how do you
Yeah.
move without limitations? It seems like nothing ever stopping you no matter what you go through.
Oh man, yo, is when you believe in God, God is like ghost riding the whip, and you just ghost riding the whip with God the whole time, and you be like, damn, I gotta sway this way, I gotta go this way. I mean, when you start believing like that, shit,
Hmm.
shit get crazy, shit get crazy. It's like a different type of sight, because it's like intuition.
Hmm.
It's
Intuition.
intuitive. It's like you moving through the Amazon. Like it's like I'm
Hmm.
moving, like you moving through the Amazon.
Hmm. What would be something, what would you like to be remembered for? Like with your time in your journey, let's say like 100 years from now, what would you like to be remembered for something specific or
Wait, say that again.
what would you like to be remembered for?
Uh, I would I would like to be. re- I would I would I would like that's a disco lights. Yeah, I think so. It's like on the front. Wow. Yo, honestly,
Hmm.
I I just want to be remembered. I just want to be remembered for really exposing God to people. Like,
Hmm.
like yo, that connection is real.
Hmm.
You could feel it. It's in the air. Like,
Hmm.
yo, that's like the main. That's like the main thing I want people to like feeling me is that connection.
The connection to God. Okay.
Yeah, I want people to feel that.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's real out here. It's a real dance for your life out here. When
Hmm.
you try to be great, you try to do something. And me, I'm out west, but I was out east. I was out east, but I'm
Hmm.
out west now.
Hmm. Wow.
You know, and when you out west, it's like a frontier. It's like
Hmm.
it's like frontiersman. It's like you're a frontiersman, outlawsman. Like you, it's like a Jedi invader.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like double entendre,
Hmm.
low cut, low fade, top players, they top haters.
Hmm.
We be out Cali, Vegas, yelling, "Mom, we made it."
Do you come from a creative or an art background like your family? Are they
Yeah,
artists
yeah.
as well?
My whole fam was artists, poets, and criminals.
Everything, everything.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for real.
Okay.
Like, in the craziest, like, especially like on my mom's side,
Mm,
shit, shit like that. Like, but I say less on it. It's like a if you know, you know type of thing. Like,
hmm.
mm,
What what would you say one of your favorite memories through your journey?
oh man, when I was stuck in Sweden,
Oh, okay. What
when
happened out there?
I went to Sweden to teach and to dance, and I lost my passport.
Oh man.
So I ended up being stuck in Sweden. So it was so invigorating. I didn't want to come back to America. I was gonna stay overseas, and I was
Mm,
supposed to do Street Star, which was just a boo, but the Swedish edition. So I was out there. I was um house to house living,
mm,
carrying a bunch of bags around, and I had a vision for myself. I said, "Yo, I'm gonna be the biggest street dancer in the world. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be." This was when I was 20,
okay.
and then probably like the next year, so, so much stuff happened,
Mm,
like um, Frank Ocean, MTV
wow.
Awards. We was supposed to do, and I had worked with Prissy
Mm,
and the Crumpers. So it was like I was going up, I was climbing the ranks, like, and then I had did like the Flying Low video, and
yes.
a whole bunch of other shit at the same time, and then I just maintained it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the greatest. Like I was putting that, I'm gonna be the greatest energy into everything I did. So you just put a lot of good elements into it, and you also respect other people that there are other people that do it as well that are good. And I think when
Mm,
you have that respect, I think it's easier for you to create.
with the respect. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. How, speaking of creativity or creating, what advice would you give someone that wants to be more creative?
Uh, I would tell you don't ask anybody else how to be creative.
Mm, mm, mm,
Don't ask anybody else how to turn up the volume or or put the recipe in the pot.
mm, mm. Nice. I like that. Yep.
Cause we come with a recipe cooked up. We know the chef, and we coming with the drop top.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So, I am empathy says, how do you train, or what's your training process like?
Man,
And
I
whatever
got
you feel comfortable sharing too.
I got these. I keep my pauses in those little clusters.
Hmm. Ah, okay. So do you drill that?
Yeah, I just stay.
You just
I
stay
stay
there.
there. and then when it moves, it has the animation on its own.
Okay, interesting.
Like you sit in it. You sit in it.
Just sitting in it. And are you shaking or you?
Yeah, it is a shake that's going on. I'm infrareding.
Hmm.
I'm using echolocation.
Wow.
So I'm like I'm catching the temperature. I'm catching the temperature, and then I'm letting it become.
Hmm. Okay. You catch and you let it become. Oh.
Yeah, it's like a full like when I was young, I used to just go into shapes, but now it's like I just
Oh.
swim.
Okay.
I
Oh.
just swim. I just swim now.
Wow. The
I just swim.
patience.
And then when you animating up top, you pedaling down here.
Oh, your feet. Oh, your legs. I see.
You pedaling, so it creates that constant.
Yes. This shaking effect, this jitteriness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I keep that pedal going.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. The fucking disco lights.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I was just saying, I watched the video. Yeah, I was just saying it's good, man. I always could respect everyone's play with animation and what everyone is doing, and then I always respect like what I bring to the table
Mm.
with animation. So it's like, yeah, it's always gonna be like that because I think when you moving like a jellyfish and you forget how to acknowledge other people while still acknowledging yourself.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta have both, cause then people try to move through you like, oh yeah, you like me? Oh yeah, well, come come lick my
Ah,
toe. Come do this. Come do that. Oh, let
right.
me let me move through your network. Yeah,
Mm.
come. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do give classes. It's 100 an hour at the time. That's the rate, 100 an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
it's on my page.
Mm-hmm. And you teach mutation, and that's part of what you're teaching, correct?
Teach I teach visual hooks.
Okay.
I teach the etiquette. I teach the lifestyle. What people are not showing you about their life if they're dancers.
Mm.
I show people what they're not showing you that can get you caught up if you don't know certain things.
Mm. Nice. Yep. I Empathy says he's gonna contact you, so that'll be dope to set that up,
Yes, sir. Yes,
man.
yes.
The the last question I want to ask you, Story, again, like this is an hour long of just such knowledge and material, not for dancers, not only for dancers, but just life in general. My last question is, what would you like to tell the world? If you have the attention of the world listening, what would you like to tell the world?
Oh man, there's somebody out there that needs you to keep going.
Hmm.
EMF waves, EMF waves. Yo, there's somebody out there that needs you to keep going, that needs you to be positive, and they count on you.
Hmm.
And it's it's I know I should charge more. I know. I want the world to know that I'm not playing. I'm not playing around. Like I got the music, I got I got the dance.
Hmm.
Like fucking, it's fucking game time on my side. Like I'm not playing around. I got a
No.
little freestyle for you. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Boom, boom.
Ah, nah.
I'm catching it from here, and I'm like,
Mm. With the light too.
yeah, the light is gonna make it there.
Right, right.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, you animating and then you sitting
Mm.
in it too.
Mm.
You sitting in there, it's like,
Actually, I got one last question I want to ask you. But how was the experience on the Flying Lotus set? How was that for you?
oh man, we did it in we did it in Nicholson Gardens,
Okay.
and well, I, I walked the neighborhood with Big Flip side, and spent some time there, and it's like real. The energy is real heavy.
Mm.
It was real like I could I could feel a lot of history there, like a lot of different history there.
Mm. Mm.
And I must have freestyled like 19, 20 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they had me freestyle like 19, 20. It was like 23 takes that we did. Like for me, having the gunshot impact on my body coming from the floor, like we did that so many times.
Mm.
I'm just going for top of the head freestyling. And it was fun though, but that was that was a crazy video, yeah.
Yeah, that one, that's like one of my favorite, like, that's like one of many people's favorite short films, man.
Oh
Beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful movement.
yeah, man. It's nothing like going out there, like going to the all out war
Mm.
and being out there by Watts Towers and like really like being in tune.
Mm.
Like hold on, let me see. I got
Ah,
to like
with the smoke too. It adds a layer to it. Ooh, like a jellyfish.
yeah, that's the jellyfish.
Ah,
It's like
with the fingers.
so it's like delayed. It's like the animation is delayed. It's like if I wanted to move, it comes after. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They got the Salt Bay, and then
Mm.
yeah, then you keep the animation, so you pull up on them. They
Ah.
like,
I love it, man. Man, the way you see, the way you just storyboard, man. Just who you are. It's a gift. It really is a gift, man. So
nah,
I wanna.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Y'all gotta
Mm.
check out his dancing. Y'all gotta check out his dancing. He be animating. He be doing his thing. Animated J.
I appreciate it. Much love, Story. Again, everybody here, like if you just tuned in, just was talking with Storyboard. I'm gonna post this interview on Instagram, but also on YouTube. So if anybody wants to watch it again, go for it and hit up Storyboard P if you're looking for classes. If you're looking for also to hear his album, hit him up, go to his page. And again, Story, much love. I appreciate the time and I hope we cross paths in the future. So
Yes, yes.
so thank you,
I
Story.
hope I didn't step on no toes.
No,
But
no.
yeah, thank you for the interview.
Much love, Story. Hope you have a calm night.
Yes, sir. All right, later.